leaning the bike, looking where he wants to go. All right, here again with Bradley, and this time we're going to talk about real basic cornering. So there's a whole bunch of basic videos that I've got on the channel. It's pretty much just skills that you can practice at home. So this is kind of on that introductory level. We are going to practice those switchback berms, so tight berms that are slightly downhill. All we have with us is some cones, but you can by all means just use a stick. It's pretty much got the cones out so that it's easier to see for you at home. So this is kind of like a defensive driving course. He's going to ride at it, he's going to sit down. First, obviously identify your back brake. Here in New Zealand we have our back brake on our left hand side. He's going to ride at it, look at the cone, sit down, take his inside foot off, which the first time will be his left foot, and look at his toes and pull on the back brakes really hard at the cone and do a skid, and watch what happens to his bike. So you don't need a huge run up for this. He's starting just up there and he's going to ride at the cone, sit down, take that inside foot off and look at that foot whilst he grabs the brake. And as you can see, the bike turns. So we're going to put this into a corner in a second. We're not going to do a skid, or not intentionally do a skid, but we're going to cover that back brake whilst we look down the trail, so not at our inside foot, but that's just to train us which way to be looking. Coming in, looking at his toes, and the bike turns, lo and behold. It pays while you're in your nice open space. Practice it on both sides, get super comfy. So inside foot off, looking at that toe, and see how he nicely just skids around the corner. It's super easy. So we've got this nice little corner here. It's not too steep, so it's good to practice on. Not too sharp either, but it's a corner and it does have a berm. So Bradley's going to come through and just show you how it's done. Very nice. So see that, easy to carry, lots of speed, and bike's leant into the corner. He's looking where he wants to go, basic stuff. So this next run that Bradley does, he is going to do what we don't want to do. So what a lot of people do when they get to a corner like this is they get nervous because they see, I don't know, the roots, the little drops, that it's downhill, that there's a sharp corner, and they're going to go straight off into the bushes. And so they get to the top and they take the foot off that's closest to the ground. Now watch what happens to Bradley's bike when this happens. Sweet, so Bradley's going to run in this time as if he was super nervous. He gets here and takes that outside foot off, and see how his bike leans away from the turn, which carries on to his right, which doesn't instill you very much confidence because your bike's leaned the wrong way. If you did do the turn, you're not going to lean your bike the right way, and you're probably going to start looking at the point where you're going to go off the edge. So this time Bradley's going to come in and he's going to do what we practiced out there on the flat. Coming in, inside foot off, and the bike leans naturally the way you want to go. So like I said, instead of skidding, he's just covering that brake. So light pressure modulating on the rear brake, which is in New Zealand, the left-hand side. So this last example is of him coming normal speed, leaning the bike, looking where he wants to go. A little bit of a progression there if you're feeling super nervous with cornering. Every trail has a corner. May as well get comfy with them. So if you know someone who's super nervous, share this with them. Otherwise, get out there and practice it yourself, or come and do a lesson. That's obviously very beginner, kind of novice stuff, but it's very important to get that confidence up. Lessons are all about building confidence and giving you the tools that you need to progress and go out there and have more fun. Sweet.
Yeah, boy, that's a bit of eagle versus shark, by the way, that corner. Best track in the forest. Just before this amazing viewpoint. Anyway, check out the other videos on the channel, subscribe, and get all your mates to too. Later.